What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TN Outdoors Fanatic. In today's video, this video has been 9 months in the making or so now, and I'm sorry about that. Over on the Reynolds Ranch channel, you can go back and you can see the first part of this trip we took last summer. We went on a road trip after I started my new job, and the first 4 days were spent in Iowa at a friend of mine, Victor and Karen, at their family farm, and we spent time in Iowa there hanging out with them. And then after we finished up at their farm, we went on and continued on and drove over to Rapid City, South Dakota. And we spent, how long did we spend there? 6 days, I think. I was working. I was there for work. Amy and the kids, her parents, my in-laws, came out and they spent some time out there with us, and just hung out there with them for a while. We did some hikes. We did Badlands and Wall Drug, and then we went to Custer State Park a couple of different times. But in today's video, that's what you're going to see. If you want to go back and see the first few days that we had over in Iowa, then I can put a link to that either below, or I can make a card for it up here in one of the corners. I don't know which one, but anyway, I'm going to roll on into this video and we will get started with our South Dakota road trip vacation. What is up, everybody? Hey, we left Victor and Karen's house in Iowa this morning bright and early. There's a train. We've been driving for 5 hours, I think it is now, a little over 5 hours, and now we are in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Turn around here and show you this. This is just a little piece of it. I mean, this is a big park right here in town. This is just really awesome how this water has carved all these rocks the way it has and created these waterfall formations. There's a lot of people sitting out here reading books, resting, riding bikes. Beautiful place. We're going to explore it a little bit, grab some lunch, and then we're going to make the rest of the drive. We got about 4 more hours to get to Rapid City. See you there.
Look at it. But I don't know where you're coming from. Yeah, I don't know.
We took a drive through the Black Hills, past Mount Rushmore, as we were making our way over to Custer State Park. At one point, we drove through this tunnel that at the outlet was a clear shot of Mount Rushmore. The Black Hills, in and of themselves, were absolutely stunning with these rock outcroppings and overlooks that we came upon throughout our drive. Eventually we arrived in Custer State Park. This is a beautiful state park, probably the most incredible state park I've ever seen. Shortly afterward, we were greeted by our first group of pronghorn antelope. They got really close to the truck and we were able to get some really good photos and videos. As we continued on around the park, we eventually came upon this lake. It had boat rentals and there was a restaurant, which is actually where we stopped for lunch. There was a hiking trail. We took a hike around the lake. There were beautiful views. A lot of people out just enjoying the lake on this day. As we continued on, my son and I really wanted to get out and do some hiking and get some more photos and videos. So we pulled into a little pullout, walked up a dirt trail to this overlook. Such beautiful views everywhere. But as I started looking around more closely, I found a lot of bison beds and bison droppings up here. So we decided to make our way back to the car. Early June is wildflower time in South Dakota, and the wildflowers in the meadows were stunning. The kids were really starting to get bummed that we hadn't seen a whole lot of bison. Well, then we rounded a curve, and oh wow, they were everywhere, on both sides of the road, coming down the hill, crossing the road in front of us. Hundreds of bison. It was an incredible sight to see. What I was most surprised to see, and I don't really know why, was the number of bison calves that we saw when we came upon this herd. Nearly every cow had a calf with it. It was incredible, and they would just be bawling and running all over the place trying to catch up with their mom.
Here's Mama. I'm thirsty, Mom. That's a big one, though. That's a big baby. That baby's bigger than the rest of them. Look.
After spending probably 15 minutes, maybe 20, videoing and photoing the herd of bison, we decided to turn up a gravel road that went up and overlooked the field. Little did we know it, but we were about to encounter another herd of bison making their way from the top of the ridge all the way back down into the lower field with the larger herd. This second herd was even more awe-inspiring than the first, probably because there wasn't a road with vehicles going right down the middle of them, but just simply seeing this mass of bison moving across the rolling hills and fields of the South Dakota Park was just incredible. makes me think, what did the frontiersmen first think when they saw this land? I often hear people refer to South Dakota as a flyover state, a dull state, a nothing state. They could not be more mistaken. The scenery, the wildlife, it is all just inspiring and breathtaking. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend you check it out.